Hello and welcome to today's Vaticano update, the most important news from Pope Francis and the Vatican. Pope Francis welcomed many families with children to his Angelus prayer on Gaudete Sunday, the third of Advent. The children brought little statuettes of the child Jesus to be blessed, a tradition begun by Pope St. Paul VI. The Holy Father invited all to pray before the créche that a ray of Christmas peace will reach children everywhere, especially the children of Ukraine. He also shared his concern for the situation in South Sudan, one of the destinations of his first papal trip in 2023. It is estimated that over 20,000 people have been displaced by violence. Reports indicate that Pope Francis will publish an apostolic letter about St. Francis de Sales. December 28th will mark the 400th anniversary of St. Francis de Sales' death in 1622. The saint taught against heresy and encouraged all to practice meekness and holiness. Pope Francis has said little about the saint until now, and an apostolic letter would be an excellent opportunity for the Pope to reinvigorate this model of meekness. For Christmas, Pope Francis is asking heads of state to offer a gesture of clemency to prisoners. The Pope did not specify whether this is a request for pardon or amnesty, but simply asked world leaders to show mercy to the imprisoned that would benefit from such a gesture. Pope Francis has always had a heart for prisoners, as demonstrated by his decision to celebrate Holy Thursday Mass in penitentiaries around Rome. Pope Francis celebrated Mass in Spanish in St. Peter's Basilica on December 12th to mark the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the patroness of the Americas and the unborn. In his homily, the Pope explained that just as the Virgin Mary was present to the indigenous people of Mexico 500 years ago, she is with us today. She is in the midst of the caravans that are walking northward in search of freedom, the Pope said. She is in the midst of the American people, whose identity is threatened by a savage and exploitative paganism. I am your mother, she tells us. Pope St. John Paul II's brother Edmund Watiwa could be canonized under a new category of martyrdom, approved by Pope Francis. Edmund was a doctor who served his patients during a scarlet fever epidemic, despite the deadly nature of the disease. He died at the age of 26 while treating a little girl, and the sacrifice of his life was praised by many who knew him. The category of martyrdom, approved by the Pope, is the offering of life, which could be applied to anyone who sacrifices his life for the life of another, as Edmund did. However, no official steps have been taken towards this canonization. Anthony Johnson for EWTN Vatican.